Eyes down for a folks. I'll say that again just in case you didn't get it. Morning folks. It's 11:30, I've been here since 10:30. And that's what I was meaning. That sort of thing. Like a so, like a so. So there we are. And there's another pair. Roughly a pair. Roughly a pair. Little bit inaccuracy in cutting it. It's very difficult to operate a guillotine by yourself with a long piece of bar. You need something to rest it on. Right, I should have something to rest it on, but never mind. Near enough for agriculture, and this is just like, you know, we're not building a Rolls Royce, but that'll do it. So I'll make another pair of those, and then it's tack weld time. Right, bring you back when I've done it. Bye now. And there we are, folks. Holes drilled and countersunk, welding done. So all I have to do now is screw them to the box. So I shall get on with that, and then I shall bring you back and show you how it looks and how it works. Bye now. And there we are, folks. Alignment to a T. Good, eh? I can't show you because I haven't got two hands, because the camera is in the other one. But just take my word for it, it lifts off and lines up perfectly. Bye now. Right folks, we've got our mould box, and now we've got to have something to put in it. Well, I've just filtered that and that's all I've got out of it, so I haven't done so bad, I don't think. Apart from them bits there that I'm going to scoop out. But that's silver sand. That's 25 kilo of silver sand, which is the sand that you put down in between block pavers to seal it up. So I'm going to now prepare my cat litter, which is bentonite clay, which needs sort of crushing. It's in very fine granules, but I don't think they're fine enough. It needs to be powder. So I'm going to powder that now, probably in an old liquidizer or something like that. Right, but there's the sand. We're making movements. Bye now. And here we are, folks. We've got the sand, and we're starting to mill the bentonite clay into fine powder. Now I might put this through twice, but it's already turning it from this, let me show you a sample, which is like big granules, into that which is much finer. Right, and here is the Hoover Auto Mix, which I think came from the Yorkshire Electricity Board showroom, because my dad couldn't bloody sell the thing, and eventually got superseded, and so he bought it for my mum, no doubt at a generous discount. But basically that's the coffee grinder. And it works very well, but it does make quite a lot of noise. But it does the job. So I shall keep on chewing away at this. Now there's about 25 kilos there, because that was an unopened bag of silver sand. So that's about 25 kilo, and I need to mix bentonite with it, 10 to 15%. So I can easily work that out somehow or other with a calculator. And then add water. Now what I'm going to probably do with it is I shall clean my mixer out. My mixer's actually fairly clean, but I shall clean my mixer out, mix it dry in there, and then I might just filter it again. and then mix it wet. Just add a little bit of water to it and see how it goes. I'm sure that'll mix it. Right, well, it's nearly 4 o'clock, so I'm going to crack on with grinding this stuff up and see how far I get. Okay, bye now. The course of engineering rarely runs smooth, does it? The first thing that went wrong, given the fact this has not been used probably for 30 years, is that the bearings in there were full of polymerised oil and started to tighten up and seize up. So I had this thing to strip down and lubricate, clean out, lubricate and put back together, and it's now working beautifully, I think. It's working anyway. Right, the second thing that happened was the lead-through suppressor, which these are always dubious things, decided to blow its guts out. So there was a bang and a flash and it stopped. So I've taken the lead-through suppressor out, reconnected it, and we're all working again. I think we have. We switch on. There we go. We're back to working again. So, it being 4:40, I shall call that it for today. Bring the tractor back in and we'll do some more tomorrow, but I've nearly got enough. Look, here's soldering iron and shrink tubing where I've repaired it, but I think I've nearly got enough. It should be 10 to 15%, whereas that's 2.5. If that's 25 kilo, 10% is 2.5 kilo, isn't it? So I've nearly got that much. So I shall maybe do a bit more tomorrow and then think of a way of weighing it. I dare say if I keep refining it until this is down to, this is a 5 kilo bag, if I keep doing it until I've got down to 2.5 kilo and then put a bit more in for luck, that'll be enough. Right folks, I'm calling it for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye now. Good morning people. Thursday, and we have, thanks to the wonderful Hoover Auto Mix, got a nice pile of fine powdery ground bentonite, and we have a cement mixer and we have sand. So I think it's time to add the 3 to there. 3. Well, add the 2 to the mixer, 3 altogether, and give it a stir up. And when it's stirred up finely, I'm going to get it out of the mixer again through a filter while it's still dry, and then I'll mix some water with it and see what happens. Okay, I shall bring you back when I've made a complete cock-up of it. Bye now. And there it goes folks, complete with a fast and dirty way of stopping all the bentonite powder, which is really fine, coming out. So I'll let that run for a few minutes till it's had a really thorough mix, and we'll see what we will see. I'll bring you back when it's done. I'm going to have to now rig something to pour it out through that and back into there. That could be interesting. Bye now. And as the dust settles, we have succeeded. We've got a few small particles that were filtered out in there, and it looks good. So the next thing is add the water. Now I've got to find out how much water I have. Bye now. Right folks, well the mixer's mixing. The sand is good, but it's not quite sticking together when you squeeze it yet. And I've been looking online at various different mixes, right, and I've found a website that says the optimum, I've lost it now, where is it? No, I've lost it. It said the optimum clay content for moulding sand was that. There you are, 19.610%, right? Now I'd added 10%. If I add all of this, ground up of course, it would be 20%. But I'm not, I mean, it's grinding it very fine, but it's still leaving a few little granules in it. So I'm thinking that there's some bentonite that isn't actually doing its job, i.e. powder coating the whole surface of the grain and making it sticky. So what I'm going to do is progressively add bentonite until I'm happy with it, right? So if I added all of that, if I ground all that up and added it, it would have 20% bentonite in it, which is just a little over 19.6%. But given the fact that, as I say, all of it's not grinding to like talcum powder, then I think I'll put it all in. But I'm going to do it by degrees. I'm going to add a little bit, test it again, see if it's improving. I think I've got all the moisture in I need, and it is getting stickier by the minute. But of course, this is a cement mixer, it's not a sand muller. And if you think of the action of a sand muller with a wheel in it that actually crushes the sand and forces the bentonite onto the grains of sand, that's what I could probably do with. I thought of like a ball mill, if I had some big balls to chuck in there, but I haven't got big balls, so I can't do that. Never mind. Right, I'll bring you back when I know some more. Probably never. Bye now. Here we are, folks. And let it stand for 24 hours now, but if you give it the Kool-Aid acid test, which is the squeeze, it seems to firm up quite nicely. So what I'm going to do now is cover it for 24 hours and let it just sit, and then we'll see about putting it back in the mixer. But really, you can that's a bit crumbly there. You can see why they use a sand muller and not just a mixer, because it needs to be rolled and hammered. Right, I'm going to cover that with some polythene, and that's it for today, I think. If I do any more, I'll bring you back. Bye now. Thursday, 5 o'clock. Well, nearly 5 o'clock. And I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked because I've been having a massive tidy up, because I'm going to do the casting in here. Right? I'm probably going to use that to put the mould box on, and I'm probably going to have the furnace on there. Right? So that's how I'm going to do it. But I started and I just fell into tidying, and boy did it need it. Boy did it need it. So we're looking better. And then I've got this little tabletop saw, and I thought, I've got loads of blades. I bet I've got a blade to fit that. And I have blades to fit that. I have all sorts of blades to fit it. Right, what's that one? That one's a, doesn't say diameter, 190. That's a 190. What's this one? That's a 190. So either of those two will fit it, and they're brand new. But I got the mechanism to pieces and found out that there was a 1/4 inch slop like that on the side of the bearings. So I thought, right, okay, well, let's just see if we can fix this. And I couldn't fix it. So I've stripped it down, I've taken the bearings out. The bearings are in good condition and are now in the soak. And I'm going to put that back together tomorrow with freshly greased bearings and a new saw blade, and then that's usable or saleable. Another thing, a very, very quick rebuild. It's a nice little thing. It's a God, what I can't remember. Something Brothers. red, but I'll look it up tonight. I'll tell you tomorrow. But it's a well-known thing. They were made in Scotland. It's made from 2 or 3 castings. Very well made indeed. That's the table. 4 bolts takes it off. So it's a good piece of kit. So to have it usable, to have it to stick on top of a bench top and just zip a piece of wood off with it is great. But also it means that I can sell it with a clear conscience. Right, there we go. So we've had a good tidy up in here, and tomorrow we'll finish off and tidy this area. But now it's time to bring in the tractor and call it a day for today. See you all later. Bye now. Of course, folks, there was a downside to tidying up, because unfortunately I moved the gas bottle over to there, and as I passed it through there I caught the cable, which is pyro, and it snapped it. So tomorrow I've got to put a piece of heat resistant flex on there. Much better than having a piece of pyro on there. Sometimes things go brilliantly, and sometimes there's just a little fly in the ointment. But it's nout. I'll sort it tomorrow. See y'all. Bye now. Right folks, there it is. It's a Reid-EE. Right, I couldn't remember. I'd looked it up before, but I found it eventually on the internet. It seems that they are very rare, and I've found just one picture of it, which is this one here, right, which only shows part of it. What I wanted to, and that's got the motor missing of course, what I wanted to see was what fits between there and there, right, and it's got to be, well, it's got to be thin. Look at the gap, you know, this is cast iron. You wouldn't be able to open it out, and also that gap's thin as well. But I can't find a picture of that part of it, so I've given up. And it's now gone 4 o'clock, so it's time to say bye bye. See you all next week. I promise to get more done next week. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and send me some comments, even if you think it was crap. Bye now.